Kiddos!
Hi friends, I discovered Echo Lake, where animals asked me to solve a magical puzzle. By remembering my kindness, I restored balance and became the guardian of the lake. This story shows the value of courage, kindness, harmony with nature, and believing in my own heart.
Hello, kids! The name of our story today is Lucas and the Secret of Echo Lake. In the quiet town of Wind Hollow, 7-year-old Lucas, with short black hair and big brown eyes, loved visiting the nearby woods. One misty morning, while hiking alone, he discovered a trail he hadn't seen before. The air was cooler, and the trees whispered secrets. Drawn by a strange echo that seemed to call his name, Lucas followed the sound until he arrived at a shimmering lake he'd never seen on any map. Echo Lake, the sign read, but the letters faded as if hiding an ancient secret. Lucas stepped carefully to the water's edge. The lake shimmered unnaturally, almost glowing. Suddenly, a duck with a red ribbon around its neck waddled up and said, "You're just in time, Lucas." Lucas gasped, not because the duck talked, but because it knew his name. "Come, the council awaits," the duck quacked. Confused but curious, Lucas followed the duck down a path lined with glowing mushrooms and chirping crickets. The path opened into a hollow, surrounded by woodland animals sitting in a circle. A raccoon wore spectacles, a fox had a tiny vest, and an owl held a scroll. "Lucas," the owl began, "we've chosen you to solve an ancient riddle. Echo Lake is losing its magic. Only a kind-hearted human can bring it back." Lucas gulped. "What do I have to do?" The raccoon handed him an old puzzle box. "Solve this before the sun sets." Lucas sat by the lake and studied the puzzle. It had 4 spinning pieces shaped like nature symbols: a sun, leaf, drop, and stone. He gently turned the first one, and a faint hum filled the air. The lake rippled in response. Lucas felt a connection between his thoughts and the lake. He realized the riddle wasn't just about solving the box, it was about understanding the balance of nature. Suddenly, the wind grew cold. A dark mist slithered out from the trees. The animals gasped. "It's the shadow of silence," the owl warned. "If Lucas fails, the lake will be quiet forever." Lucas felt fear rise in his chest, but gripped the puzzle tighter. He closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and listened. Not with his ears, but with his heart. As Lucas turned the last piece, memories of his kind deeds flashed, helping his neighbor, rescuing a kitten, sharing his lunch. Each memory lit up the symbols until the puzzle glowed gold. A pulse of light shot into the sky. The shadow screeched and dissolved, and the lake burst into color, glowing brighter than ever. The council of animals cheered wildly. The fox bowed. "You have restored balance," the owl declared. "You are now guardian of Echo Lake." Lucas beamed, feeling proud but also humbled. The duck handed him a smooth stone. "This will guide you here whenever the lake calls again." Lucas placed it in his pocket, heart full of wonder. As the sun set, the trail lit with fireflies. Lucas walked back through the forest, thinking about the day's adventure. The wind was gentler now, and the trees no longer whispered warnings. They hummed lullabies. Back home, he placed the puzzle box and stone on his bookshelf next to his favorite books. This story, he knew, would always be his favorite. That night, Lucas looked up at the stars. They twinkled brighter than usual. He whispered, "Thank you, Echo Lake." Just as he turned to sleep, the stone on his shelf glowed softly. Somewhere, deep in the woods, the lake whispered back, "Come again soon." Lucas smiled and closed his eyes, dreaming of the next great mystery that awaited him.